In life, you see certain things that you desire, and most times, ignorantly, someone may think that he or she could provide an answer for such. And one of those areas in which I've seen is in the area of leadership. When someone occupies a position, there is a way you look at the person as if you know how to do better than the person. And when I look at that, most people ignorantly believe that it's like they are the leadership answer. So I can do better than that lady. I can do better than that manager. In fact, say I can do better than that pastor. Oh, I can do better than the governor. I can do better than the president. Let me tell you, these things are good. But if you are young, they are not good enough for you. And in most cases, most people only demonstrate their anger. But one basic thing they need to do is to actually expose their hunger. So we have anger, we have hunger. So today, I just want to share with you how to prepare for leadership opportunities coming ahead of you. We have a lot of leadership positions, leadership opportunities, left, right, back and center, on the streets, in our neighborhood, in organizations, in the society. They are all there. But when you are not the one sitting on that hot seat, when you are not the one in that position, what should you do? Jesus said, "Blessed are they that hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled." Let me tell you, leadership is a long journey. You don't occupy a position just for 1, 2, 3, or 4 years. You can be a lifetime leader. It's not something you do for a moment and before you know it, you are out. And most people that used to miss the opportunity are those that mostly demonstrate their anger when they are not in a position. They will assume, "Oh, I can do it. Oh, I can do it better. Oh, she's supposed to do it that way. He's supposed to do it that way." You see people like that. At times when I see people discussing about leadership, even in my own little position, I know it's big headache. That when you're not there, it's easier for you to see. And recently, I just learned something that, when somebody is criticizing, the person is only doing it with one eye, and the person now speaks with the entire mouth. Do you understand that? But when you're not there, you will not know what the person is facing. So I want to talk to somebody today who is interested in leadership. Probably you want to be a governor in the next 10 years, you want to be a president in the next 15 years, you want to be a senator, you want to be a business manager, you want to be a CEO, you want to be whatever you want to become tomorrow. I can guarantee you have the opportunity. But this is one thing you should do. Don't put up your anger. Open up your mind with the hunger. So the recommendation for leadership is hunger, not anger. You can criticize and fail to learn. Why is the person criticizing? Why is the person failing? You don't even understand. You don't understand the system around leadership, that if you don't get the full details, then one of the best things you can do for yourself is to keep quiet. And let me tell you, when you're quiet, you learn. When you're quiet, you learn. So in leadership, you have to go with one thing, and that thing is called righteousness. Righteousness is not about what you put on, maybe the way you dress or the way you talk. No, that's not righteousness. When you actually understand the principle of righteousness, you will recognize that you have enough opportunities to become leader, because righteousness are just basic ingredients that are supposed to be in an organization, in a factory, in a company, in a family, that are not there. The moment those things are not there, then there will be leadership crisis. People will complain. But like Jesus said in his word, he said, "Blessed are those that thirst and hunger for righteousness. They shall be filled." So I put it this way. Righteousness is like a water tank. They get it. And it's the water tank that supplies water, to the entire building. So the moment we don't have the water there, everybody in the building will be stranded. So what should you do? A leader will now be the one. So you act as if you are the tank. When you are the tank and people know that there is water, they will feel happy. So you must load yourself. So righteousness is what is missing, the good thing that is missing. Most of the things we are complaining about, they are product of righteousness. Do you understand that? Oh, we just wish our country should be like this. We just wish Nigerian universities should be like this. We just wish probably our family should be like this. So, even at times, children will just say, oh, I wish that daddy should just have this at home. Do you get those things that what? That is what God describes as righteousness. They are the things that makes life to be better. It's as simple. When those guys came to our country some years ago and they brought in education, I'm telling you, that is righteousness. Education now is helping a lot of people. So do you understand that they brought it because they developed hunger for it and they know how it will work, they put it in a place. So when you see the word righteousness, it is something that you're already thinking about, but you don't know how to give it. And that is why when you criticize too much, you will just have the leadership position being given to you, then you will know what to do about it. Because all those years that we thought you are preparing, you are not preparing, because it's like the tank is empty. And I would like to say this, at times they say, what they say about, I won't want to say that, what they say about empty barrel. You understand that? So when you actually see those who want to answer, people with answer to the problems in the society, you don't hear anything from them. And that's why when you check the circle of leadership in our nation, at times you realize that most of the people that complain and they will do this, the moment they get there, they are down. Because that is how frustrating and exhausting leadership could be. That what you think you want to do, your first day in office, everything just went off. Do you understand that? So when you talk about leadership, it requires serious preparation. Not just serious preparation, you load yourself. That I'm going to occupy this position for the next 4 years. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be in this marriage for the next 30, 20, 40 years. You should know these various stages of that marriage. So leadership is not what you just assume that you know. So the tank, how loaded are you? So God now said, you must test. Okay, in this organization, you're supposed to be doing this. Then how will you put it in place? What are the research, what are the work you will need to do to make sure that when you go to your boss tomorrow and say, sir, this is what we are going to do. Probably in sales and marketing, you are not getting results. You don't just wake up and say, there's an idea. You work it out. Do you get it? Know why? I say, they that test and hunger. That means, just look at the natural, look at yourself now. If you are hungry now, what do? You cook, you eat. And that food can take you for, whatever you take in the morning can take you for let's say 6 hours. Then in the afternoon, you feel it again. And what do? You visit the restroom. You do the business. Then the moment you are through, another circle, so that you're hungry again. That is one thing about leadership. So when you are presenting to your boss that you want to do this, you want to do this, then you work those things in details. That even if the boss should ask you one question, you must have prepared your answer. Because, sir, we are going to, if you go to that place, we are going to make this, we are going to make this. Okay, because, okay, sir, if your boss will now ask you, what of you this thing should not work? What should we do? Then you have something that is called plan B. Okay, sir, if that doesn't work, this is what we're going to do. If that doesn't work, this is what we are going to do. It means that person really prepared. Not that an idea just flow. At times, people just work with ideas that can just disappear within a moment. Because, at times to get an answer requires that you need your mind, your spirit to work very well. So in this, I want you to understand that whatever you desire tomorrow to do in the future, maybe you see where your leadership potentials will be needed, then start preparing now. I will advise. In this country, if you are going to be a politician, start preparing now. You want to occupy a position, you want to start a business, somebody is not doing well. When I start this business, this is what I'm going to do. Start preparing now. Don't just talk. And the best thing to do, learn from whoever is making mistake now. Learn from those doing the very thing you want to do in the future. And like I said, I will advise that even if they are not doing it well, don't put up anger. Anger blocks you away from creativity. I repeat, anger will block your mind away from creativity, because the moment you are angry, there is a portion of your mind that is working and that thing is not receiving anything. But when you are hungry, you load yourself. okay, it's not doing it well this way. Okay, where else are they doing this thing well? Or which country is doing their own this way? Then you study from that country, or you study from another country, you study from another company, you gather your material, knowing that if in case I have the opportunity to now occupy this position, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. So when somebody is not doing fine in a position, all you need to do is to take the opportunity to learn from that place. Because the moment you occupy a position, you become a different person. And one thing about leadership is that the moment you start today, in fact, the moment you occupy a position, your expiry date has been set. Do you understand that? Automatically, everybody will know you are not doing it well. But if you do it well, they may retain you. But those who are interested in the same position, they are looking at you. So if you are preparing for leadership tomorrow, I want you to gather yourself that from the day one in the office, you know how this staff will think. You study the politics in the office. There are politics everywhere. There are issues everywhere. You study everything. Okay, this is what's going on here. This is the most important person in this organization. Okay, when this person should ask me this question, this is what I will do. I have studied this company. They didn't make profit in the last 3 years. You make those research. You do those studies. That is why a leader that is prepared will not just be talking in anger. The person will be so silent and feeling stuck. And feeling stuck because the moment you know that when they'll be drawing water from you, they will need it in the restroom, they will need it in the kitchen, people want to wash with the water, they will use everything about you. And let me tell you, if they use the entire water in the tank, and in hospital, you don't have anywhere to refill it again, everybody in that room, they will either remove the tank, or they say, I'm telling you, that's how loaded leadership is. So don't look at who is not doing it well. If you are interested in the same position, the question we ask you, what are you learning? So Jesus said, blessed are they that thirst and hunger for righteousness. It is automatic. They shall be filled. Let me tell you, we need new wisdom in our days. We need new level of intelligence. We need people that can solve our problems. The higher we go in this world, the more complex our problems becomes. What we solved 5 years ago, they are not the things we are dealing with now. So if you are interested in leadership in the next few years, please, at times if you are young, I would advise, don't blame these leaders. Learn from them. Definitely, they've tried their best. Everybody will act is our generation. I'm telling you, the Bible said that David, having served God in his generation, he died. Do you get it? But some people, they are using the overtime. They are working in your own generation. They will not be here for the next 30. They will not be here for the next 40 years. So what do you do about that now? And you know you are going to be here for the next 40 years. So this is what you should do. You develop hunger. That's the reason for education. That's the reason for seminars. You read books. You begin to prepare yourself. People will be asking you, what are you preparing for? Are you preparing for an exam? Yes, there's going to be an examination in the world. Examination for leadership. So you prepare yourself for those things. And the reason is that somebody is not doing well what you are called to do. Somebody is failing in the area you are gifted in. Somebody is not doing what he or she is supposed to do. And here you are alive. The moment you notice it, just relax. Then make sure you develop yourself that. So when they give you the opportunity tomorrow, and you have to be there for 4 years, you have to be there for 8 years, or you have to be there for 12 months, or you have to be there for a day, you know already that this is what you do. And this is what happens in leadership. A leader will study the future. A leader will study the future. So if you are like 17 years old now, your future is like the next 13 years. So if you are 17 years old now, how will Nigeria look like in the next 13 years? If you are 30 years old now, how will Nigeria look like in the next 50 years? Those are the things you prepare for. So, if you're 20 years, how will the world look like in the next 15 years? How will the world look like those are the things you should prepare for. Don't visit the past and don't work on the present. Leadership is having your tank filled. So Jesus said, blessed are you the moment you are filled. So what is righteousness? The good things that are missing in your society. Righteousness is not just about what we wear. Righteousness is not about our character. Righteousness is more of products and services. And let me just tell you this, and hear that clearly today. Righteousness is more of goods, services, products, good things that we do around that makes life better for people. And basically, Righteousness is all about wisdom, having an answer to the problems of the society. So righteousness is about the goods, the service you want to render in a society. It could just be like you just opening a supermarket, probably on your street, just because you realize that a lot of people need certain things and they are not getting it. When you notice that, then you desire to be the one to answer it. So it's they that test. So it's more of what you add, the good you add to a society. So it could be as simple as you just opening a supermarket on your street just because there is a need. It's like maybe they need this kind of a school, they need this kind of music. Do you get it? You may not go the popular way where people just sing. There may be a particular content you want the government to hear, you want people to see, just you put those things down. That whatever that is missing and you realize is a need that will change other people's life. That thing is hanging somewhere, then you get it. So it's not about what I wear, it's about what is here. God bless you.
Get empowered for your business. Get Timi Afeni's book, Banking on the Blessing of Abraham for Your Business. Out now and available on Seller and Amazon.